Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome back. Jamie here today with Nathan, and we're going to be talking about Hatchet II, which was released in 2010 and written and directed once again by Adam Green. And before we get started, I just got to say, this is one of the best horror sequels I've ever seen, man.
So fucking good, bro.
Like, people could say it's similar to the first, but obviously, like, most horror films aren't they, really, if you think about it? You just stick with what made it good.
You can't change greatness, so might as well replicate it.
So yeah, let's just jump right into it. It starts off immediately where the last one picked up, like, ended, with Mary Beth and Victor on the boat. And, like, I think she stabs him beside the eye or hits him or something, and Victor goes beside the water. But before we get carried on, like, Danielle Harris has replaced the original actor, and now she's playing Mary Beth. And if you don't know who Danielle Harris is, then you're not really a big horror fan. But yeah, she gets saved from the drink pisser from the last film, doesn't she? And he takes her to a cabin. And we start getting the backstory on more about Victor Crowley and stuff like that.
Which is good. When I very first watched this, I was like, oh shit, it's not just mindless monsters. There's actually some depth to this story. It was great.
So, because he finds out who her dad is, doesn't he? And
what
then
was the last name? Samson.
Samson, yeah, that's it, yeah. And he basically starts going crazy when he finds out and just tells her to get out, basically. And he's like, get out. If you want answers, go and see Reverend Zombie.
Here's the thing. He's only in it for a very little amount of time, the piss drinker. It's 2 minutes of him talking, but he's really good at it. Like, I believed that he would put a hole in her chest with a shotgun the way he delivered that line. He was really fucking good.
And also what you pointed out, Victor's growl, his growl in it is daddy, and he's like, daddy.
Yeah. Daddy. It's so dumb, but it's so funny.
Because obviously the drink pisser is the crawl, doesn't it? And he's like, oh shit. I didn't know who she was, I was just trying to help. And then Victor just appears out of nowhere, and this kill, man, holy shit. He grabs his intestines out of his stomach, doesn't it?
Something he didn't notice is when he's sent Mary Beth on his way, and he's like, because he found the camera from the porn director in the last one, he's flicking through the things. If you look out the window, it looks like Victor Crowley, but like really foggy, and you just see this big behemoth flying back on, just subtly walking. It's like, is that Victor Crowley? Is it just a dope ass tree? I think it's Victor walking around in the background.
Yeah, it doesn't like it moves, so I don't think it's a tree. I think you're right. Yeah. But yeah, Victor just appears, doesn't it? And he just pulls out his intestines. The guy tries running away, he pulls him back with it.
That kill is the same level as amazing as in Machete when he uses the intestines to jump down to another level.
Oh yeah.
That's on par because he's running away and it's just like, nope.
Pulls him back and then he wraps it around his head, on his neck. He's that sweet. Wait, well, I mean, obviously this isn't realistic because I don't think intestines would be that strong, would they?
No, they would rip.
Yeah, they would rip, but he keeps pulling until eventually his head just goes.
So good.
Oh shit. So yeah, that's a good way to start the mood of the film. Like, you know what you're getting into there with that gory ass kill.
Then the intro, like you pointed out, I didn't even notice, it's going through the forest, but it's showing like all the kills and decimation of the last film.
And then after the credits, we see Adam Green puking, his character from the last film. He's left alone. Now all his friends are gone and he's just hungover on the streets of New Orleans.
I'll never know what happened to him.
So yeah, Mary Beth goes to Reverend Zombie, once again played by Tony Todd, and we get a lot more Tony Todd inside this film. Thank fuck for that.
His delivery, his presence on screen. I love this man. Be my victim. We love Tony Todd.
And there's some Easter eggs inside the shot because there's a Jack Chopper like thing cut out, isn't there? One of Adam Green's old thing. And also in the news, I don't know if you've ever seen Frozen, the film when 3 people are stuck on the ski lift. But the survivor of that was on the news for a second as well. That's another Adam Green film. So there's quite a lot of Easter eggs throughout this film, which is pretty cool.
And even things that aren't Adam Green related, like we pointed out, Leslie Vernon, the man behind the mask, that's brought up. Don't know why. Definitely. Might just be mates with the director.
Yeah, probably, yeah. I think they came out at the same time, didn't they? 2006.
2006 was Leslie Vernon and Hatchet I.
Yeah.
So he's probably playing homage to it, because they probably would have gone up against each other.
But yeah, speaking of backstory, we get more flashbacks of Victor. Well, before Victor's born, we got Kane Hodder playing his dad and his mum who was sick of cancer, aren't we? And this story's kind of fucked up. Before
we get into that, I never knew how big Kane Hodder's neck was. I had just blanked that from my memory. Corpse Grinder from Cannibal Corpse, Corey Taylor, Kane Hodder's Big Neck Club, let's go.
But yeah, his wife's sick of cancer, and obviously she has a nurse who helps, but Kane Hodder starts getting too close to the nurse, and while his wife's dying in one room, he's off in the other one fucking
other room. She is dying, and all you can hear is just beating meats.
At least wait until she's actually died first. Don't do it while she's inside your comforter.
Bro, her last thing she's gonna hear is Kane Hodder smashing cheeks.
So they think she's finally died, and Kane puts his hand around her, and she just—it's a good pop-up scare, isn't it? When she's just standing there.
Oh, Jamie, you're not pointing out, mate. Seconds after they thought she died, they start kissing in front of her dead body.
Oh yeah.
Seconds. Not that, seconds.
Seconds. And she gets up and she curses the baby. Or not? She curses her or the baby? One of them.
She curses the baby because she's like, whatever child lies within you, it's gonna be fucking sick.
So we flash forward, and then she gives birth and shit, and she dies as soon as she gives birth, and her face is just all like a mouth's contorted and shit.
The sermon Reverend Zombie gives, like, the forest grew quiet, the swamp grew infected. It sets Victor Crowley up so amazingly. You don't have to see films, you just need to hear the sermon Zombie gives about Victor being born. I love this film.
And already we got more story than Jason, really, because all Jason, he bullied and he drowned as a kid, and his mum wanted to get revenge, and then that's it. That's literally it, the story of Jason, isn't it? And we find out, don't we, that Mary Beth's dad was one of the three kids who helped murder Victor in the flashbacks when they set fire to the cabin. Yeah. But I mean, technically, didn't Kane Hodder technically kill him, Victor's dad, because he's the one who hit him with the hatchet, didn't they?
He was trying to save his son.
He was trying to save his son, yeah, but he was still alive. And then when Kane arrives, he's dead because he hits him with the hatchet.
Because he was trying to save him, Jamie.
I know. I'm saying, I think he's got some responsibility. That's all I'm saying.
He was trying to save his son.
It was an accident, I know, but he was still,
Stop defending the kids.
I'm not defending the kids. Fuck the kids. So we get Mary Beth's motivation here. Obviously, she wants to go back and get her dad and brother's body because, proper burial. But she also wants to kill Victor and get revenge. So, there's a good character for you right there. She's not just wandering about like a Friday film. Like, oh, let's go and party. Yeah. Zombie's not stupid, and he knows the threat of Victor, so he starts gathering the team, doesn't he, of people who he trusts and shit like that.
Well, we say he gets him. He gets his
fucking
assistant.
So we've got to mention that, assistant who's a brother of the tour guide, who's the same actor, but it's his twin brother. Even he's got motivation as well, because he wants to find his brother, doesn't he? So he obviously is going to go back.
Sympathetic characters. Old couple from the first film, and I forget his name, but him in this one.
And then Mary Beth goes to, because Reverend Zombie tells her, have you got anyone to bring with you, like an uncle? Because you can tell he's got a plan here, because the way he says, bring your uncle, it's so specific.
An uncle? Like, I wonder who he could mean. Mary Beth, get your fucking uncle.
So she goes to her uncle, wearing a Twisted Sister top as well, which is pretty cool. And, she tries convincing him to come. But this, like you mentioned, he's probably one of the weakest parts of the film, I know.
I get the character, but I don't know if it's just the character was meant to be written awkward or if he just wasn't, like, comfortable doing this role or something, but everyone felt, like, a passion behind the character. Whenever his character was, like, shouting, it was like, you will listen to me, Mary Beth. I'm your uncle.
See, I was curious, so I did a little research. The guy who played him was called Tom Holland, but before, not Spider-Man. He directed the original Child's Play and Fright Night, which is another horror film. So he's not an actor, he's more of a director, which makes sense. But still, it's like, I don't understand why Adam Green casted him. I mean, obviously he's a legend, he's done the first Child's Play and shit, but... So we go back to the group meeting, don't we? Which is some comedy here, introduced a few of the characters, but, let's be honest, the characters don't really matter for the most part.
It's mainly the only ones who matter. Table.
Yeah, like, it's Victor Crowley, Mary Beth, and Reverend Zombie, really. They're the main characters. The rest of them, like you said, meet on the table. But we got Lloyd Kaufman, who's sat in there, who is the director of, like, Trauma Entertainment, he did Toxic Avenger, Sergeant Kabuki Man and all that shit. Yeah, just eating a cookie. No lines or anything. And when they mentioned they're going after Victor Crowley, most of them just leave, and Lloyd gets out there as well.
He collected his paycheck, he went home, got himself a Mac his own way home.
Skipping ahead just a little bit, they arrive at the swamp, don't they? And they start splitting into groups of like 2 and 3 and stuff like that. And then this is like I said, this film don't drag. Like, this is probably the 50-40 minute point of this, but it don't drag. It sets up where we're going.
Like it was the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It's fucking amazing.
So for characters, we'll start off with the guy and girl who were like the ex-boyfriend and girlfriend, aren't they? But she wants to get back with him, and she's always like, oh, you remember this? Remember in high school? Blah, blah, blah.
He's just trying to get back to his wedding day.
I was like mentioned before, we got the tour guide's brother. We got a few redneck guys, yeah.
What is it? Chad and...
Cletus, oh no.
Cletus, yeah. Chet.
Chet.
No, Chet's a little one. Cletus is the big one.
Yeah, that's it.
They are pure redneck. It is brilliant.
We also got Trent, and we had a big guy. We found out he played Leatherface in part 3.
He is a unit. No wonder this man played Leatherface. I don't care. Across all the films, he's the only person that has took Victor Crowley to the ground with his hands.
And we've also got the biscuits and gravy guy, but he's just more of a comedic, you know. And we got the guy who doesn't speak either, who's just like, you know,
Mute.
I don't know who he was supposed to be. He was like,
I don't know. I'm pretty sure when I very first started, I thought like they said he lost his tongue or something. But when we watched it yesterday, I don't remember him mentioning it.
No, they don't mention it. They say he don't speak. So like I said, they split up and go in different teams inside the swamp. Two of them, Cletus and what's his name, Chet and Cletus. They're like alligator hunting out, and they did a boat.
Because they don't believe zombies, so they're like, we're just gonna go get gators.
Well, I love this because they're just staring at the bush, aren't they? And you think it's going to be something else, but it's just literally what you expect. Victor just comes out and just tackles him to the ground. Tackles
the shit out of Chet. Bear in mind, Victor Crowley, big 7-foot behemoth. Chet is like, I want to say about 5'7". Yeah. He just powers this man to the ground. And he gets the worst kill.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Because it was slow.
He gets, what is it? The blunt end of the machete.
It's a hatchet. It's the
hatchet. Top. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's how.
And he's just smashing them. He's Roman Reigns smashing them.
It's like this area, isn't it? Just like boom, 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 boom.
He don't even destroy the brain. All he's doing is cracking the top of the. Is that top of the mouth, not the jaw, and the nose bit in? So unless he goes into shock and dies or gets quick blood loss, he's feeling all of that.
And obviously the other guy runs away, but he gets to the boat, thinks he's going to get away. Victor just spawns behind him like Victor does, grabs him into the water and starts putting his head into the propeller of the boat. And this is another brutal one. So then we get Zombie's plan, basically. He says if all 3 of those kids die, who from the, you know, the flashback, maybe the curse will be lifted of Victor Crowley. And that's why he wanted Mary Beth's uncle there, because he thinks he's the last one alive.
Him and, what is it called? The big guy.
Trent, Trent.
Yeah, Trent.
Yeah, him and Trent.
I thought that was really good, because that's like, Zombie's a thinking man.
True, but there's a twist to it as well, isn't there? That we'll get to in the end. Now we've got more comedic elements here. Like I mentioned before, the ex-boyfriend and girlfriend, eventually they start fucking inside the woods, and she's like, do you love me more than baby Jesus?
It's inappropriate. Do you love me more than baby Jesus? Yeah, I love you more than baby Jesus. Did not need this scene. Thank you for this scene, though.
Yeah, and then Victor comes and he beheads the guy, and then while his body's limp, it's still going in, so she's like, oh, harder.
Oh, the kill that's about to
the kill, yeah. She turns around and sees Victor, and she tries getting away, but Victor, I think, what the fuck, he gets the hatchet. Does he stab her inside the tank?
Yeah. Basically, he makes one hole.
He makes one hole.
Back and he fucking gets it.
And he goes through a chest on it. He just keeps. Oh yeah, because he keeps going through a chest. Then we cut to the tree, and it's the reaction in it. Like we think the blood straight away, but it's delayed, and it's like, and then he. So then, skipping ahead to more kills, we've got the comedic character with like biscuits and gravy, and the guy didn't speak. And all of a sudden, we just hear, and the massive ass chainsaw comes out, and they're both just stood there and like, what the fuck's going on? And Victor just gets it between them both, goes straight through both of them, like 2 in 1. The balls fall out and everything, and he's just going through them both. The only thing that don't make sense though, like, why wouldn't you use the chainsaw against Trent? Because Trent played Leatherface, didn't it? But yeah, I guess the fight they had made, it wouldn't make sense if he just pulled out a chainsaw, and it would be over pretty quick. So the rest of them are inside Victor's house. And then Mary Beth finds out about Zombie's plan and she starts freaking out. But before that happens, fucking the tour guide's brother, Victor throws the hatchet into his back, doesn't he? And it stops him from moving. And he's like pinned up against the wall.
He's coming back, baby. Tell him what he pulls out.
Motherfucking belt sander comes back.
Fucking belt sander!
And while he's there on the wall, he just puts it to his fucking head on it and starts drilling away, and we see his brain get exposed and everything. And you think that's not bad enough, then he just smashes his fucking head. Boom, head gone.
He's dead. He was just like, nah, not enough for me, chief. Booms it.
So at this point, they're inside the house, like I said, and Crowley attacks Trent, and then we get the one-on-one fight between Trent and Crowley.
It's a one-sided fight. It is a one-sided fight.
He lasts longer than most people so far. Yeah, he puts up a little bit of a fight, to give him credit, but it didn't last too long. What he's doing now, Crowley gets him on the table, doesn't he? Like his head.
Mouth between the board.
Yeah, and he just kicks it, and his fucking half his head just goes flying across the table.
gorgeous.
And then you see the little blink afterwards. You said this is your favourite kill, didn't you?
It's my favourite kill just because it's something about, like, the chainsaw's fine, the pelt sander's okay, but there's just something about boot to the back of the head dismembering something. Like, one of my all-time favourite kills is Vinnie Jones just door on the head, just because it's so brutal, but you could understand it, because realistically, with enough force, anyone could do that. And you can understand this kill would fucking be amazing to see.
So at this point, the only 3 people left is Zombie, Mary Beth, and her uncle. And Zombie grabs Mary Beth and locks her uncle inside the shack. And I bet Daniel Harris is getting Loomis flashbacks here, getting dragged away by a crazy guy.
Crazy guy with a plan.
But yeah, fucking, you think her uncle's gonna watch her fight? He doesn't. Literally, you
Bring
just see
it
blood.
on, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, you just see blood flying everywhere. And then Zombie thinks, oh, the curse has been lifted, that's it. And Mary Beth's like, no, that's not my uncle, he died years ago, that's just me, what is it, my dad's best friend or something.
Her dad's best friend, her real uncle died when she was 12 to leukemia. And
then you just get amazing shot though, you're a Victor just standing there.
it's not just him stood there, it's him posing. His foot on the lower porch, his other leg on the upper porch, he's just stood there, breathing. That is the most play this motherfucker's theme song. He looks meaty.
Here's the favourite kill for me. Like, we get Crowley versus Candyman in a way, don't we, Tony Todd? And he just chops him in half, doesn't he? But then you think that's it. Nope, he grabs his spine and shit, and he literally pulls him out of his own skin.
He skins him alive.
And he just throws him away. But oh my days, that effects was really good. Like,
oh yeah,
that's, like I said, that's probably the best kill of the film.
Oh,
not the series,
it's amazing.
But, you know, yeah, really brutal.
Visually, it's probably the best one.
And Mary Beth takes this chance and just goes crazy with a hatchet, doesn't she? Just keeps smashing him.
I know I said Trent gets in a fight, but as main character, she bodies Victor. Like, she destroys him. It was one-sided.
And you think that's it, and then she just walks off screen for a second. She comes back with a gun, and she's like, fuck you, and just blows his head off, what's left of it anyway. Fades to black just like the last one. So yeah, man, like, overall, like, ranking, I've been thinking about, I'm gonna give this an 8, I think.
9. I love it. I love this film.
It's really, like, the only bad thing, like we said, really, is the uncle's acting, and...
But he's not in it enough for that to be an issue.
Like, literally, what other if you're being fair, what other negatives could you think? I can't actually think of any.
No, Victor Crowley's in it enough. Literally, the only thing what I can think is a problem is the fucking something that I would personally like to add if I was doing it, but that's just a niche thing on me.
True.
Because I just want fucking, whenever Victor's killing someone, to have his own theme song playing. That's literally it.
But yeah, next week we'll review Hatchet 3 and then Victor Crowley after that. Make sure you like and subscribe if you're new. Check out Nathan's social links down below. Until next time, in a bit.